we are focusing a lot in saying that it's never too early to look into IP, to look into intellectual property, to be interested in intellectual property. In one of the pamphlets that we've shared on the table, a quote from our CEO is also saying that it actually can be too late, right, to think about it. So do you have example where you've connected with a company and it was too late? And what was the impact on the business in not considering intellectual property early?
Okay, yeah, definitely. And this particularly in the patent field, you need to act at the right time. Because in invention, you have a patent on an invention when the invention is new. If you already published it, it may be too late. Okay, in Canada, there's this 1 year grace period that they give. If you have disclosed your invention, you may still be able to get a patent if you file the patent application within 1 year. So, specific example where it was too late. I remember it was these researchers from Laval University who got in touch with us to file, to make a first filing. Usually it's what we call usual US provisional patent application. So to have a priority date. So we did that, we filed it. And 1 year later, usually when we are filing the formal one 1 year later, we advise really to go on to make a search of the of what already exists, to see what's out there. And we did that, and even proceeded with filing a formal application because we didn't see anything relevant that would potentially stop from having a patent. But later in the process, we found out that someone had filed a patent application, the same type, US provisional patent application, the day before. Wow. Like the day before. And so the patent system is on the first to file basis. So the first person who filed is the person who's going to get the patent. And so the right on that innovation was lost like that. It was basically almost the same thing. And also something that's important here to see is that, as we say, great mind think alike. It's amazing how you can see people independently in the world coming up with the same innovation. It happens. So really, once you have your innovation almost ready, get in touch with someone and then file patent application because it actually can be too late. Yeah. So yeah, and it's very critical in the patent field. You can really lose your right to your innovation just by not filing on time.
Thank you. Yeah. Andrea, did you want to add to this?
There's a reflex of humans, and I'm probably guilty of it too, of like, because a percentage of my calls, I spoke, like I have the privilege, I always say privilege because to talk to innovators, it's to have a moment in your world and it's amazing. But a percentage, unfortunately, are people that are already maybe in trouble. And I tell them, like, for sure, talk to a professional as soon as possible. And I explain why. So for all IP rights, so I've heard that issue of like so 2 rules of thumb: keep it secret until you talk to someone like us. For industrial design, for patents, maybe for copyright, because it needs to crystallize your artwork before it needs to be fixed, like I mentioned, even your trademark. First to file for trademark or first to use. And so keep it, the importance of confidentiality. That would have solved many problems and unfortunately I had tough conversations with client. Okay, many, unfortunately. For trademark, there are simple things that could avoid so many problems. So don't click submit too quickly. Like 80%, 70 to 80% of trademark filers do it with an agent. So we recommend it. I would give you many reasons. So to avoid having all the conversations I had about something as simple as just a logo. Yeah, but we've heard today that a logo and a branding is powerful. So there are a lot of rules. So you have to do it properly because when it's worth money, people fight over it. When they fight over it, a lot of rules to be fair among competitors. So, and last one is ownership. So if you're in business partners right now, you may not be friends in 2 years. That's the life. So do ownership. Inventors, ownership. Creators, artists, ownership. Trademark, I have trademark application, the two business partner, only one of them is listed as applicant. What happens if the business in 3-4 years has huge success, your relationship may change. So let's try to do that. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Merci d'avoir visionné la vidéo. Nous espérons que cette discussion sur la propriété intellectuelle vous a été utile. Si vous êtes un entrepreneur noir et que vous souhaitez approfondir vos connaissances sur l'API, consultez notre page sur les entrepreneurs noirs et la propriété intellectuelle. Vous y trouverez de l'information sur des programmes de financement, des histoires de réussite et d'autres informations pour vous inspirer et lancer votre parcours de pays. Vous pouvez également réserver un appel individuel gratuit avec un conseiller en propriété intellectuelle dans votre région pour voir comment l'API peut soutenir l'expansion de votre entreprise. Vous trouverez les liens dans la boîte de description ci-dessous.